Hey guys, how are we all going? We are back again, and today we are headed to Julian's Bakery, I think it is, in Ellerslie. So yeah, we're back to review some pies today. We are on our way over to Julian's Bakery in the beautiful Ellerslie town centre. Now, Auckland's got a lot of these sort of little pockets or old town villages that would have been separate from the city, 100 plus years ago, and they all sort of go by a little bit like London is actually in that regard, or Sydney, or Melbourne. So they're all quite similar in that way. But yeah, as a result of that, you get these little pockets of shops and businesses centered around these historical villages. So let's take a look, have a walk, and see what we find. Hi, how you going? Yeah, good, thanks. Could I grab I'll do the steak and cheese, please.
Steak and cheese, okay.
And I'll also have, what else is good? You guys got any specialty pies? Chicken?
Specialty pies. The Mexican pies with a spicy mince pie.
Okay.
Beans, onion, a little bit of cheese, chili and mince. I don't think you find that too often around here.
Yeah, okay, let's do the Mexican pie.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Anything else to do? Or just those two?
Just those two, thanks.
Yeah, the steak and cheese and the Mexican.
Thanks so much.
Altogether, that'll be $13, please. Would you like a bag or anything like that?
No thanks, that's great.
You need to know which is which, or is it alright?
I'll be fine, thanks so much. Sure, we'll work it out. Awesome.
Sweet.
Thanks, man.
Alright, here you go, sir.
Have a good one, see you.
Thank you, sir.
Super friendly guy. Definitely a really nice sort of family-owned spot. These pies are pretty hot, so hopefully temperature-wise they'll be great today. All right, back to the car. Let's have a look, shall we? Oh! All right, guys, we are back with the goods from Julia's Bakery in Ellerslie, Auckland City, New Zealand. So, bit of a rubbish day out there weather-wise, but that is not going to let us down. Hopefully, the temperature didn't drop too much in the pies. Let's get the pie tray out of the oven and have a look, shall we? All right, guys, we have the pies out of the oven, onto the tray. Today we have the steak and cheese, feeling pretty flaky on top, nice crust. Over here we have the recommendation from the gentleman at Julia's. This is the Mexican specialty pie. Interesting scores on top. Don't know if that's some sort of hieroglyphics or something. But anyway, first off, let's get the thermometer on, as always, and have a little bit of a look at the temperature of these pies. 64. This is hotter than the previous pies by at least 8 or 9 degrees. We're hitting 66, starting to plateau. Yep, around about 67 degrees. Okay, first one. Let's jump into the second pie and see if it starts to retreat. It is slightly. So the steak and cheese, slightly fresher, potentially. Not a huge difference though. This one's starting to plateau at about 60 degrees. Alright guys, so we have now the cross section ready to go on these beautiful pies. Let's have a close-up look. Ooh, it is again bursting with meat inside our steak and cheese. And let's have a quick swizz at our Mexican. Okay, again, it looks like it's sort of a pulled pork with beans this time. And then possibly some other bits and pieces in there, but we'll find out shortly what that's all about. Alright guys, we are ready to smash these pies. First up is the steak and cheese. Let's have a good close look at it. Ooh. This time the cheese is very much visible on the top. That meat looks great. Pastry a little bit lighter than maybe our previous pies that we've been having a look at. But let's get stuck in. Mmm. Wow. Again, we've just been hitting this spot every time with these pies. Honestly, we need to mix it up a little bit. I don't know if we'll be able to. Quality of pies in the city is just so high. The meat is flavorful. It's a little bit on the drier side, let's say, from maybe last week's one. But the gravy is really rich. Lots of flavor. A little bit thicker maybe as well. The temperature is just right for me. I don't like it to be any cooler than this, and you maybe start to lose a little bit of that flavor. Okay, that time I had a really nice, rich bite of beef. Okay, now the meat is really well seasoned, loads of flavor, very savory. Look at how well this pie is holding together. It is perfect, really good. Not as flaky as the last pie that we looked at. It's definitely holding together really well. Noticeably a little bit warmer, a little bit hotter. But I actually think now that we've done a few of these, we've taken the temperature, that sort of 65 is probably perfect. Smashable straight away, not having to blow on it, that sort of thing. Cheese much more prominent in this pie than the previous. The gravy is a little bit thicker. I personally prefer slightly more liquidity to the gravy, so to speak. But the pie itself, really well seasoned, loads of flavor. The beef's actually really good. I know at the start I said it was a little bit dry, but actually the flavor in the beef itself. Let me just grab a little piece. That bit had a little bit of fat attached to it as well. It's really good. All right, let's move on. Let's have a look at the specialty pie. Now, this is the Mexican pie. Not something I would traditionally go for. I'm not a big fan of sort of refried beans, as I believe they're called. This is a mince meat. I thought it was like a pulled pork, but on closer inspection, it looks like mince. A little bit of chili. I just had a small bite there. Getting a little bit of heat through. All right, let's get it. Let's get into it. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's basically a chili. So that mince, spice, refried bean. The spice is really well balanced, not too overpowering. Again, the pie's holding up really well. I think I prefer the slightly crispier crust on this pie than to the steak and cheese. But I've got to be honest, I'm not really a big fan of the refried bean. I think it adds too much starchiness. Let's get him another bite. Look, the flavors are really good. There's a really good balance in the spice, savory. It's definitely spicy, but texture-wise, it's not really for me. But this is a really interesting flavor combination all the same. All right, guys, so let's talk about price as well. Last couple of places we've been to, we've actually had some really reasonable price. I think we had 2 items last time. Obviously, we had a hot dog roll in our last video, and that came to about $10 from memory. For these 2 pies today, they were 13 bucks. So we're averaging around $6.50 per pie. I think the steak and cheese was 6, and the Mexican was 7. You're starting to get up there in terms of price. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing. If the quality's good and the quality's there, I'm happy to pay more. And I think in this case the quality is there, and the price is justified. To wrap up, pies were really good overall. I think the flavors were the star of the show today. They had really good seasoning. The beef and the chili and the Mexican were really well flavored. Lots of spice in the Mexican, but if you like spice like I do, this is a great pie for you. I'm not a big fan of that texture in the beans, but look, I'm not going to mark them down for that, because honestly these pies are really, really good. So it's another go out and get it now. We are hitting a complete streak here on fantastic spots around Auckland, so let's crack on, continue our streak, and we'll see you in the next episode.